Hey YouTube, thanks for coming to my channel. Today's video is on the W-2 form, which is very important and needed in filing your taxes for this year. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to stay up to date on all the videos that I'll be releasing, and let's dive in. So this is the actual W-2. Sometimes you get a full page. Most companies will just give you kind of a section of it because if you can see, it only takes up about half the page. So if you're looking at this, it's on page 6 that I'm looking at, and there's just a couple different copies of them for use, but I'm looking at page 6 specifically. And so we're going to start with box A. It's employees' social security number. That's pretty self-explanatory, just their social security number. B is the employer identification number. This identifies the company that that employee works for. Then they're going to have the employer's name, so the company's name and address. Box 1 through 10 is going to have all of these numbers in them. 1 is going to be wages, tips, and other compensation. So everything they made during the past year, even if they weren't employed the whole year. So if they're only employed for a few months out of the year, it's still going to be for all of 2020, in this case, in all of 2021, the previous year. And everything's going to be right there in wages, tips, and other compensation. 2 is going to show you then the amount of federal income tax withheld, meaning over all of those paychecks, how much was given back to the federal government. 3, Social Security wages. And the thing is, 1, 3, and 5 generally are going to be the same. Unless you have some kind of specific reason why Social Security or Medicare wages wouldn't be taken out of your full paycheck, then these 3 boxes should still be the same for you. So Social Security wages, meaning how much of the money that you made is allowed to be taxed for Social Security purposes, and again for Medicare purposes. So if I made $40,000 and there are no special circumstances, $40,000 would probably show up on box 1, 3, and 5, meaning I made $40,000 and all of it is taxable for Social Security and Medicare. Box 4 over here, Social Security tax withheld, will just show how much was withheld from that $40,000. The same with the Medicare tax withheld. If you had any tips, that would be put there. Dependent care benefits, that's something if you elect to pay out from your paycheck for dependent care, then that amount would go there. It gets a little bit trickier down here. 11, 12, 13, and 14 are all going to be for plans or benefits that you elect through your employer. And so if you don't have anything coming out of your paycheck aside from the normal taxes, you probably won't have anything here. If you do, you have a 401k, 403b, if you've got an HSA, all that stuff is going to be shown here. And specifically in the boxes for 12, A, B, C, D here, it's going to have a little 2-letter code and then an amount. And that 2-letter code tells the government what kind of plan you elected that you're paying out to. You don't have to know these by heart. They're going to show up when you get your W-2. If you are looking to find it because you're filling these out, then there's definitely a guide that I can put in here for you guys as well, and I'll link that in the description, but you don't need that unless you are the employer, the company that's making these for your employees. If you're just the employee, don't worry about it. And lastly, 15 through 20 is basically the same thing up here, but it refers to your state. So everything up here was for the federal government. And down here, it's just going to be state. And most likely, it's going to mirror what's up here in terms of your wages and tips. And then income tax, local wages, all that stuff is just going to be specific to your state, depending on what they tax and how much they withhold for your family size. The W-2 is the big thing that everyone needs to look for if they have a legal job in the United States. You're going to use this to file your taxes, and it's the big, big, big thing that will determine your taxes in general, whether you overpaid, underpaid, if you're getting a refund, all that good stuff. If you found this video helpful, please, please, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will be pushing out a lot of content for tax season, budgeting, financials, and just everyday life skills. So I really do hope to see you in my next video. Catch you soon.